Hey guys, today we're talking about how to look expensive but on a budget. Okay, so my first tip, and it has to do with shoes, it's wear pointy shoes. So I know this sounds weird, but this is such a good tip. I think that pointy-toed shoes are like really refined. I think they're flattering on everyone. They really elongate your leg, especially if you are wearing like a skirt or a dress, pants, everything. They just make your whole leg look longer. Whereas I think sort of like rounded toe shoes maybe cut your leg off a little bit. They don't sort of draw the eye forward. So anyway, I highly recommend pointy-toed shoes. I like these ones. These are the Rothy's. I can link them below if you're interested, but you know, these are flats. They're great. You can wear them for work and everything. Another thing you kind of don't want to do is not to wear super high heels. I don't think super high heels are as refined as smaller heels, and when you're going for shoes, I just in general think the pointy-toed flats look the best. Okay, so my next tip is to wear a button down. These are very flattering shirts. They look great on everyone. I think that they just look elevated and expensive, but I do have a tip if you're wearing button downs. Make sure you check your buttons, because there's nothing worse than when people have buttons hanging off of their shirts. You know, you can re-sew them if you need to. Have all of your buttons sewn on really well. I think that makes your shirt and your whole look more expensive. Okay, my next tip for looking expensive on a budget is to wear stylish dark sunglasses. Those look really good on everyone. You can find inexpensive versions on Amazon if you don't have any. Stylish dark sunglasses look great on everybody. I think they're a great way to elevate your look and make you look more expensive. If you are getting sunglasses, also make sure that they're not too flashy. They don't have too much bling. You want them to be very simple. And there's another benefit to getting these sunglasses. I did another video on anti-aging tips, and one of them is to wear sunglasses. So you kind of get two for the price of one. Okay, my next tip is to keep your shoes and your bags clean. They will look so much nicer, and you will look so much more expensive if you have clean shoes and clean bag. What I do, I get shoe polish. I clean my shoes. They look brand new. I've also shared a tip in the past. Get a magic eraser. Those clean your shoes really well. And if you have sneakers, white sneakers, the magic eraser works perfectly on those. You can even use the magic eraser on your bag. It's totally safe for leather if you have a leather bag. But I just really think that having a clean pair of shoes and a clean bag looks really expensive. And even better, if you want to sort of pull together your entire look, go for matching shoes and bags. I don't mean in style, but in color. You know, black bag, black shoes, looks perfect together, totally timeless and classic. Okay, my next tip, which probably should have been number one because it's that important, but another way to look expensive is to not wear revealing clothing. Too much skin just doesn't look great, so just remember that tip. No revealing clothing and you will look more expensive automatically. Okay, my next tip is about your nails. So a lot of people say to look expensive to just wear like neutral nail polish on short nails. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think that you can wear whatever color you like. I think that your nails can be a decent length. You know, I like long nails. I also like short nails, to be honest. I think the main thing with your nails to look expensive is make sure that your manicure isn't chipped. If you have chipped nail polish, just take it off. It is better to have no polish than chipped nail polish. I love the London Town nail brightener. They have it in pink and white. It looks so good. I cannot say enough good things about this product. And the other thing that I love about it is it does not chip. I don't know what they put into it. I don't know how it works, but honestly, every nail polish I use chips within a day because I'm constantly like cleaning things and getting my nails wet. But this London Town stuff, I have had it last up to 6 days without a chip. So check into it if you're looking for a good sort of neutral nail polish that looks really nice and does not chip. Okay, my next tip to look expensive is to wear well-fitting underwear. So I really recommend, if you have not tried the Spanx Braleluya wireless bra, or they have a wireless one, whichever one, it is the best bra ever. It does not create the back bulge. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what back bulge is. This gives you a perfect seamless back. It looks great. There are no bulges underneath your clothing. Same goes for your underwear. You know, just make sure everything fits well. Make sure that it's not showing through your clothes. Make sure there aren't any lumps and bumps. If you need to get a bra fitting, get one so that you know what size you are. But I can't tell you how much a difference a good fitting bra and underwear makes. Everything looks lifted and great, and that looks expensive. My next tip for looking expensive on a budget is to iron or steam your clothes. I know that it is not fun. I hate ironing. However, when you iron your clothes, you look so much more polished. You look so much better. You may think that the wrinkles fall out of your clothes or nobody's going to notice, but let me tell you, once you start ironing your clothes and you kind of look around at people, you will see that ironing makes a huge difference, and it is an easy way to look more expensive. You can even hang your clothes in the shower while you're getting ready, and that will also help. Okay, my next tip is to think about the colors that you're wearing. So they say to only wear 3 colors maximum. It's kind of like the 3-color rule. So you pick whatever 3 colors, and those are the things that you wear in your outfit. They also have this rule of wearing neutral clothing. I do not think you have to do that. I think neutral had its time. I think that it's a little boring. I think bold colors are great. I think maybe just pick one bold central color, create your outfit around those bold colors, but I think that could look great. I also think that the monochromatic look looks really good. Whether you want to do all black, all cream, all white, all orange, whatever it is, I think, you could do a tonal, like different colors of greens. I think that looks really nice as well, but just sort of be mindful when you're thinking about color and don't go too crazy with color. My next tip is to go for a structured handbag or just a structured bag in general. If you kind of look at bags around, you'll see that they have like sort of slouchy bags or like tote bags with no shape. I always think that structured things look so much more expensive, even if they aren't more expensive. Just think, for example, of like a blazer. So I have like a $30 blazer from H&M, and then you compare that to like a $50 cardigan from somewhere else, and it's just kind of this like slouchy cardigan. For some reason, the blazer, even though it's cheaper, just looks more expensive. And the same thing with your bags. A structured bag just looks more expensive. So when you're looking at purses, when you're thinking about what bag to wear, I would say if you're trying to look expensive, go for the more structured bag over that slouchier or less structured version. Okay, next, let's talk about hair. So hair, I think, makes a huge difference on a person. I think when someone has really nice hair, and their hair is brushed or their hair has been styled, it just really elevates their look. They look so much better. So I would say if you're trying to look expensive, just make sure that your hair isn't greasy, make sure your hair is brushed. It doesn't need to be fully, completely styled. And in fact, if your hair isn't clean, just throw it in a low bun or a low pony and it will look great. So just be mindful of your hair because your hair takes up a good portion of when people are looking at you, and I think it makes a big difference. My next tip is around jewelry. So I personally think that sort of like simple gold jewelry looks the most expensive. It doesn't have to be real gold. It could be, gold plated. Gold jewelry looks expensive. It looks really nice. I will say if you're into statement jewelry, I think that's fine, but more than one statement piece. You don't want to go having like a statement necklace, statement shoes, a statement bag. Just think of like if you're going to go for a statement piece, just do one because you're making a statement with that one piece, and don't mix it with other things because then it gets crazy, and even if it is expensive, it doesn't look expensive. I think that gold classic jewelry just for some reason just looks the most expensive. Okay, kind of along the same lines of my other tips, this one is don't overdo it. So don't have like crazy loud colors, crazy loud statement jewelry, a big bag. Just sort of think about like, what do you want the main piece of your outfit to be? What do you want people to see? Because if you're wearing too many statement pieces or too much bold stuff, it just looks over the top and not expensive. Okay, my next one involves coats. I love coats. There was a point where I was buying a ton of coats, and my husband actually got really annoyed, and I had to stop buying coats. So I don't buy as many as I used to, but I just love them. And my tip to look expensive with your coat is to actually buy a longer coat. So a coat that maybe hits above the knees. You could even go for one that hits below the knees. I mean, think about it. You could be wearing your pajamas and go pick up your kids from school or take them to school, throw on your long coat. Nobody knows. They just see your nice, fashionable long coat. I think that long coats just look very refined and a little bit more sophisticated than like shorter jackets or like a short puffy jacket, for example. For some reason, long coats just look expensive. Okay, lastly, my tip. When in doubt, just wear black. Some people think that black is boring, but I think that you can never go wrong with black. If you've got an event coming up and you're not sure what to wear, a black dress looks great. It doesn't matter if it's an expensive black dress or an inexpensive black dress. I think they all look great. I just think even cheaper black pieces look expensive. Okay, those are my tips to look more expensive. I know that looking expensive isn't everything, but they say that people make a judgment about you within the first 27 seconds of seeing you, so obviously it's important, but of course we want to do it on a budget, so I hope that my tips helped. I know there are a lot of videos about looking expensive on YouTube, but I think I have some good tips that hopefully you can employ, and let me know down in the comments below if you try any. See you next time.